All right, everyone, brace yourselves because this is about to get crazy. Think reality TV producers are taking notes? Well, they should be. Young Jock just uncovered a scandal so outrageous, so shameless, that even the cameras of Love and Hip Hop wouldn't be able to capture this level of betrayal. When I say receipts were dropped, I mean Jock didn't just spill some tea. He tossed the whole pot, the kettle, and the stove. Why? Because it turns out that Kendra, the so-called ride or die, was allegedly involved with Scrappy the whole time. Yep, little Scrappy, the guy who manages to mess up relationships like it's his full-time job. The same Scrappy who insisted he was just friends with Kendra. Well, those leaked texts and hotel receipts tell a completely different story. Now the internet is on fire, Jock is out for revenge, and Kendra might need both a lawyer and a PR team. As for Scrappy, he's gone completely quiet, making everything look even worse. So just how deep does this betrayal go? What receipts does Jock have? And why is he revealing all this now? Let's dive into it. Just when we thought young Jock had finally entered his good guy phase, giving life advice in his barbershop like he's Steve Harvey, he drops a bombshell so messy that even Love and Hip Hop producers are stunned. This isn't your typical petty reality show drama. This is next-level betrayal. We're talking Shakespearean backstabbing, but with a Gucci belt. Let's rewind for a second. Remember when Kendra Robinson, Jock's wife, was out there telling the world she was too good for Jock's past, claiming she was a lawyer and didn't have time for nonsense? Meanwhile, Jock was out on every podcast trying to convince people he had changed. That all sounded good, until it turned out that while Kendra was busy distancing herself from Jock's wild past, she might have had a few secrets of her own. And those secrets? They were wrapped in Lil Scrappy's chain. Yes, that's Scrappy, the same one who's been crying about wanting his family back with Bambi, but allegedly he was busy playing house with Kendra behind Jock's back. How crazy is that? Here's where it gets really juicy. According to sources, and by sources I mean some super nosy people with screenshots, Jock found out the truth in the worst way possible. Not through rumors or gossip-filled group chats. No, he found out because of some hard evidence. Jock apparently got his hands on hotel bookings, text messages, and even money transfers that point to Scrappy and Kendra being way more than just friends. And in the world of celebrity scandals, money transfers are basically the equivalent of leaving your fingerprints all over a crime scene. But let's talk about those text messages because Jock didn't just see a few friendly chats. Oh no, this was on a whole new level of disrespect. Scrappy and Kendra weren't just having casual conversations. They were using coded language, sneaky, shady codes. One of the messages allegedly said, "You know I don't regret anything. You always knew where my heart was." Wait a minute. Your heart? Scrappy, didn't you just spend the whole last season crying about how much you wanted Bambi back? Oh, the heart and regret talk? This guy is a pro at messing things up, and it only gets worse. Another message that leaked reportedly said, "I hate sneaking around like this. We deserve to be happy." Sneaking around? At this point, Kendra should just pack up her lawyer's badge and head straight to divorce court because there's no way to spin this. But here's the wild part. Jock wasn't even trying to find this out. That's right, he wasn't playing detective. The story goes that someone sent him these receipts anonymously. Imagine just going about your day, running your barbershop, and out of nowhere, a random number sends you screenshots of your wife and your buddy acting like they're in a full-blown affair. Now here's the big question. Who sent those receipts? Because if there's one thing we know about Hollywood drama, leaks don't happen by mistake. Someone wanted Jock to know. Someone wanted this out in the open, which means there's a snitch in the circle. Let's break this down. If Kendra and Scrappy were really sneaking around, that means someone close to them knew about it and didn't approve. Someone got mad enough to spill the tea, and they were waiting for the right moment. We could sit here and guess who it was all day, but the streets are whispering that Bambi might be involved. Yep, Bambi, Scrappy's ex-wife, the same Bambi, who got played over and over before finally walking away. Now, I'm not saying she leaked this, but I'm also not saying it. Think about it. Who else would have access to Scrappy's messages? Who else would be petty enough to make sure this got back to Jock in the most embarrassing way possible? Bambi's been telling us that Scrappy's been a habitual cheater, but this is on a whole new level. And here's where it gets really messy. If this is true, it means Scrappy wasn't just destroying his own marriage, he was also playing secret lover in Jock's marriage too. But Jock's different. He's not the type to keep things quiet and deal with them behind closed doors. Nah, Jock's petty. Y'all remember how he embarrassed Kendra on national TV before? Well, if you thought that was bad, you're not ready for what he did next. Jock didn't just sit on this info and cry in private. No, he went straight to the internet. Now here's the crazy part. In the celebrity world, when you find out your spouse is cheating, you usually lawyer up, post vague, "I deserve better" messages on Instagram, and move on quietly. But Jock? He chose violence. Within hours of getting those receipts, he hit up his podcast, jumped on Instagram Live, and started spilling the tea like he was getting paid for views. And trust me, he wasn't being all classy about it. No, "I wish them the best," or "let's keep this private energy." Nah, he was laughing, making jokes, and dragging both of them. At one point, Jock even said, "I was wondering why my wife was always so invested in Scrappy's love life." Damn, girl, where's your PR team? Turns out she was just keeping track of her own drama, throwing some serious shade. But Jock didn't stop there. He didn't just call out Kendra and Scrappy. He essentially told the whole industry, if you've got skeletons in your closet, you better keep them out of the group chat. He went off saying, "Y'all better stop playing with me. I've got enough receipts to shut down love and hip-hop itself. Keep talking, and I'm dropping them." Now he's got the whole hip-hop community on edge. Jock made it clear he wasn't playing games, and this was just the beginning. If you thought Jock exposing them was crazy, just wait to hear what Scrappy did next. So after Jock dropped that bombshell, social media exploded. Every gossip blog, every Instagram comment, and group chat was lit, trying to figure out how deep this scandal really ran. At first, people thought it was just another love and hip-hop scripted drama, something for the ratings, but nah, this was real. It was personal, and Jock wasn't doing it for the clout. He was out for revenge. Now let's talk about Scrappy's damage control. When most people get caught in a mess like this, they usually do one of three things. Stay quiet and hope the drama dies down. Play the victim and act like they're being lied on, or come clean, apologize, and hope people move on. Scrappy, though, he went down the worst possible path. Instead of clearing his name, he doubled down on the lies, acting like we didn't. Just see the receipts. Late one night, Scrappy hops on Instagram Live looking stressed out, shirt off, pacing back and forth, rubbing his head like he just got some bad news. And the first thing he says is, "Man, y'all believe anything." Real talk. Y'all just run with whatever the internet tells you. That's crazy. Oh, here we go with the classic "y'all believe anything" defense. Sir, seriously? This isn't just internet gossip. Jock pulled out the receipts. Screenshots, cash transfers, hotel bookings. This isn't just some random Twitter rumor, but Scrappy wasn't done. He kept going, saying, "Jock's my brother, man. We've been through too much for him to be out here spreading lies. I would never do that to him. Kendra's a married woman, bro. Y'all gotta stop playing with people's names. All lies. All lies." Now, let's be real here. Scrappy could have owned up to it. He could have said, "Yeah, I messed up. I was in a bad place." But no. Instead, he straight up tried to gaslight the entire internet. And guess what, Scrappy? Nobody's buying it. Here's the thing. This isn't the first time Scrappy's been messy in relationships. Remember when Bambi was calling him out for constantly cheating? This is the same guy who was bouncing between Erica Dixon, Shay Johnson, and Bambi like he was in a relay race. And while Scrappy was out there denying everything, someone else was ready to spill even more tea. And you guessed it, Bambi was ready for her revenge. Yep, Bambi decided she had time today. After Bambi walked away from Scrappy, she had kept quiet about everything. She'd already talked about how he treated her and made it clear that she was done with him. But this situation was different. It hit close to home. If Scrappy was messing around with Kendra while still begging Bambi to take him back, then he was clearly playing both sides. So, what did Bambi do? She took to Instagram stories and posted a cryptic message. "Some of y'all men really think you're untouchable. Like no matter how many times you lie and cheat, karma won't come for you. But trust me, it always does." She didn't mention any names or get into details, but she didn't need to. Everyone knew exactly who she was talking about. As if that wasn't enough, Bambi went live, looking flawless, sipping on something fancy, and laughing. She was living her best life, clearly enjoying watching Scrappy's world fall apart. Then, she dropped the real bomb, saying, "Men love to act dumb when they get caught. But trust me, nobody's lying on you. If you did it, own it." That was the moment she confirmed everything. Now, Scrappy's sinking fast because not only is Jock exposing him, but his ex-wife is out here co-signing the whole mess. And just when you thought things couldn't get worse for Scrappy, Kendra finally breaks her silence. Up until this point, Kendra had been completely quiet. No social media posts, no interviews, nothing. But when the scandal gets this big, even the most silent PR teams need to step in. Kendra released a statement. And let's just say it was as lawyer-approved and calculated as it gets. Did she deny it? Did she explain herself or apologize? Nope. She dropped the coldest line. "I am not engaging in rumors, gossip, or misinformation. My marriage is my business." That was it. If this mess taught us anything, it's that reality stars are always involved in drama, and the internet is always watching. So here's the big question. Can Scrappy ever recover from this? Or is his reputation ruined forever? And as for Kendra, should Jock take her back, or is it time to call it quits? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know you've got opinions. And don't forget, for all the latest celebrity gossip, exclusive tea, and jaw-dropping scandals, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss what's coming next.